So we've had a nice lazy morning here at the campsite today. We've been doing a lot of like early morning get up and go, so we've decided just today, because we've got quite a short drive to our next destination, just to take it slow, have a bit of nice breakfast, catch up on some repacking and some dishwashing after a long day yesterday. But yeah, our next spot we're heading to now is going to be a place called Namtib Desert Lodge, and from that point we'll be moving up into the Sossus Vlei. So we've got a really fun next few days ahead of us, seeing some really classic Namibian landscapes. So I'm very much so looking forward to it. Let's just get these last bit of dishes done and we can pack up and get going.
After an eventful visit to Luderitz yesterday, we would have to head into the town of Aus before we could begin our beautiful journey along the eastern edge of the Namib Desert to our campsite at a very special little spot in the Namtib Biosphere. We had an awesome drive ahead of us. This series of Roam Overlanding is presented in partnership with Garmin and supported by cross-country insurance consultants, Bushtech aluminium canopies, Jackery South Africa, and EasyOn. Considering we were in a sandstorm yesterday, Rolfie decided it would be a good idea to check our air filters, and just as well we did. His in particular had gobbled up quite a bit of sand and needed a good clean. We never ended up plugging the punctured tyre, so we pulled into Aus to get it all sorted out.
Basically what we've done is we took the tyre that was punctured yesterday, we've mushroom plugged it and we've put it up on the roof rack. And we've taken the second spare and we've put that on that rim, so that at least we know that that is a 100% good tyre. And then we had a bit of feeling that we were leaking again on another tyre, but we checked it and there's nothing. So it may have just been a temperature, pressure difference, sea level to, you know, to up at 1,500 meters, and maybe the temperature changed in the day and the tyre pressure changed. So we've just reinflated that tyre, we've put it back on again, and that should be fine. But now we're just gonna wrap up here and we're gonna make our way through to Namtib. I'm excited. It's already been quite a busy day with all of these activities, but let's get going.
We build our vehicles to come out here and have these experiences, and both of our vehicles were really in their element out here on the dirt roads. Our drive to Namtib would be epic, and we really started to get much closer to the Namib Desert now.
It's freaking beautiful, man. I mean, look at this. The rock is literally coming straight up out of the ground. It's insane.
Being my first time in Namibia, I didn't know what to expect of the driving. I've driven all over South Africa and Botswana, but it's just not the same as Namibia. The long stretches of gravel sandwiched between jaw-dropping scenery on either side of the road is just incredible to experience.
Where I'm here, that sand is very thick. Just don't come in too hot, so that pulls me a little bit.
Okay, cool. That's fine. Thanks for aiming that. Just take it easy.
It's the bloody Namib Desert, Rolfie.
What is this?
Look at that. Look at that. This has been a drive today, an absolute peach of a drive.
No, it's indescribable. They say the Free State is big sky. Not until you come here.
No, this is absolutely epic. And we're right here now at our campsite at Namtib, and this is the perfect setting for another beautiful day in Namibia.
I just can't believe the stark contrast.
No, it's crazy.
From this side of the road and that side of the road.
No, it's crazy.
I mean, that is red rolling dunes as far as your eyes can see. And that is mountains unlike any other.
No, it's incredible.
I mean, what is that?
It's absolutely incredible. You have to actually come and see this and experience it for yourself. You can't really. I don't even think the filming does it justice.
No.
But we got another 12 k's now down the road here into the mountain range, to our campsite. So,
interestingly enough, it says we're going to climb 550 meters.
No, really? Yeah. Do you think we're going to have a better view?
I think so.
Awesome. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Gemsbok to the right.
This little 12-kilometer drive into Namtib is a journey all on its own. Every kilometer was just revealing more and more of the incredible landscape surrounding us as we climbed the 500 meters and got closer to the mountains. Now, we were beginning to realize just how epic this place is.
I think the photos here is going to be beautiful at night. How awesome is this little spot? So this is Namtib. This is their chalets and the lodge side. We've just signed in now. We're actually going to be heading through to the campsite. So I can't wait to see. From the pictures I've seen online and everything, it looks to be a Namibian paradise. So let's go. This is a campsite. Look at the view.
When I planned this trip, these were the type of places I was hoping to see. Campsites like no other. Landscapes you can only find in Namibia. And what a blessing to be able to share this place with family and friends. This will be one of those camping experiences that will be remembered for many years to come. And we couldn't be more prepared for it.
So a little something we've been doing just to stay in touch with everybody back at home. So one of the features of the Garmin InReach Mini is you actually have some of these preset messages. So what I actually did before we left, I actually set one up, which basically says we've arrived at camp, everyone's safe, and that will send also the location where we are onto the map share, which we're doing with this. So basically everybody at home, they've got a link, they can go follow that link, they can view on a map where we've been traveling and wherever we've sent a message to kind of check in. And also that preset message will actually send us like an SMS to all the people that I've selected on here. And that's part of the InReach plan that I'm on. I can send as many of those as I want. So it's a pretty nice way just to kind of keep in touch with everybody back home, just so that they're not worrying about us, they know that we're safe. And it's just a really nice little feature of the InReach that I thought I'd let you guys know about, because we've been using that every single day. But now, it's time to go. Sit down with Rolf and we're going to discuss what we are going to be doing over the next couple of days. We need to plan our route for tomorrow. What time are we waking up? How many Ks do we have to drive? What type of terrain are we going through? So it's really good to take a little bit of time, go through your routes and your maps and stuff, just so that you're on top of your adventures, where you're going and all that stuff. Let's go chat to Rolfie. Basically, the navigation devices we've been using is I'm on the Garmin Overlander here, which is my main GPS. And then I'm also running a Garmin Tread just to be experimenting with it a bit. Rolfie's running on the Garmin Tread as his main device. Every day we actually sit and we go through our maps and we have a look at what's happening tomorrow. Where are we traveling? How long is it going to take? And that's going to indicate what time we're going to need to leave our camp in the morning. You know, what time are we arriving at camp the next day? How much time do we have to stop and play around in certain places, whether that's for filming or sightseeing or whatever. So it's been a very critical part of our trip so far, actually. And it's been really nice because we're learning Namibia as we're going. And I don't know about you, but like I have a much better grasp of Namibia now because we're really paying attention to where we're going, where our campsites are. And we're planning enough time that it's not a pressure. We're not under pressure.
No.
We're arriving at camp 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon. We're taking a relaxed time to set up our camps. We're not pushing these 400, 500, 600k days every single day. Today was what, 150 Ks? You know,
with a bit of mucking about.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is like we're here to enjoy ourselves. So having something that you can kind of actually stay on top of your distances, stay on top of your trip planning and stuff has been a huge help. And if, you know, trouble arises and you need to quickly find a campsite, both of the devices have got campsites baked into them, so you can go with 0 signal and find a campsite nearby, check in there. You can even
if there is one.
Yeah, if there is. But even, say for example, wild camping sites. We've got Overlander and stuff on here, which if you really need to, in a pickle, find a wild camping site for the night, just to park somewhere, sleep, wake up early in the morning and get back on the road, you can. And I must say, it's been really, really, really nice traveling with these, because, you know, there's just a time when a cell phone just doesn't cut it.
No.
And I think
especially on these routes.
No, especially these routes. And we've been struggling to get the SIM cards to work properly. We've been struggling with a bunch of things. So these have just worked.
We've done 2,047 kilometers, according to mine, from my house. I started at my gates. Man, it doesn't feel like it. It feels like we've done 6,000.
We've been on such an adventure. Namibia has been such a diverse landscape. You think it's desert, right? Then you start to realize how many different types of desert there are. And how there was a stretch where we literally drove 3 kilometers and the environment changed 3 completely different times. It's amazing. It's really amazing. I'm really grateful for this trip. And this beautiful, beautiful location. I think all that's left now is some cheap Namibian chops. The lamb chops here are so cheap. The beers are cold. Let's settle and enjoy the rest of the evening, and we'll catch up with you guys later.
Organization and systems are important when it comes to camping. Working with limited space and access can cause frustration and make camping feel like work. That's why people invest in canopies and drawer systems and high quality equipment. And my dad and I had it all so finessed by now. We knew exactly how much we could pack in the rooftop tent and how to lay it out so it closes perfectly. We made sure that nothing on this side of the canopy would need to be accessed once our cube was set up and that the rooftop tent ladder was in position. However, once we're all packed up, our bags would go from the front seats and back into their spots in the canopy for the drive. Our whole setup was working perfectly. Every little piece of room being utilized efficiently and easy to access.
We packed up here at camp. We've had a beautiful, beautiful afternoon and evening here at Namtib. If you ever get the opportunity to come out here, do yourself a favor. Come here, pitch up your camp. The camp is called the Little Hunter's Rest, and it is absolutely magnificent. It is a true Namibian vista. It is fantastic. So yeah, so from basically today, we make our way to Sossusvlei. and that's going to be really cool. There's a campsite we're going to be going to there called Sosis Oasis, and tomorrow we're going to be all up in Sosis Vlei early in the morning. So we've got a long day of driving ahead of us. Better get going. We'll catch you out on the road.
We have some really exciting adventures ahead of us, so make sure to subscribe so you stay on top of all the upcoming episodes, or you can even join Patreon for early access to the upcoming series. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next adventure.